Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, we're on the top of this roof downtown in Pasadena with East-West Bank. We're going to shoot these three executives, a one-light portrait. We've got a great background behind us. As the sun is getting a little lower on the horizon, it gives us a little brightness because I'm looking straight into the sun, but it starts to silhouette the buildings behind us. So what I'm doing is taking my shutter, I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to make it a little quicker so I can make it darker in the background, but that gives me a silhouette of the buildings. I've added a second light, so our one light setup has gone to a two light setup. We've got a nice key light on the right side with a nice fill on the left side. That kind of gives us a working place here as the sun starts to go down. This is going to start to change completely every few seconds as we go into sunset. We'll be taking our shutter and making it longer and longer to be able to give us the correct exposure. So you guys ready?
We're ready.
Yes. Let's get started. You know, our shot started out as a one light portrait, but as the sun starts to fade and the ambient goes down, we're going to add a second light as a fill, and our one light executive portrait turns into a two light executive portrait. I really wanted to shoot something unique with our bank executives, so I asked if we could get up on their helicopter pad and shoot back towards the Pasadena cityscape. You know, it took some doing, but they got permission, so up we went to get ourselves all set up. The railing was pretty high and it kind of made it hard to see the city, so it made me a bit concerned as we started to set up. So we set a time lapse up on the helicopter pad, we started recording our time lapse and forgot about it and just went to work. You know, I really couldn't find a good spot. I couldn't find a good angle that I liked. I hate that when it starts to happen. I start to stress because I can't find the place. I know our executives are coming. I start to feel the pressure of getting everything ready to go. There was a tall roof over the stairwell that was higher than the helicopter pad. You know, the suggestion was made, well, let's go check that out. I had seen it earlier as we walked by and looked up the ladder, but there was a padlock up there. So I thought, well, we can't get into that. But as it turned out, when Lars went up there to check it, sure enough, that padlock wasn't locked. So we popped it open, jumped upon the roof. The minute I hit the roof, it just felt perfect. I was up high enough to be able to see straight into the city. There's no railing. It was just the perfect setup. For me, until things feel right and I can see the image, I just have to keep looking. I walk around with the camera in my hand looking for my shot, you know, before any lighting goes up. I'm going to do that. When I pack the car, the van, or the truck, the thing I want on top is a tripod and a camera. So that's the first thing I can grab. I can get out, set it up, and find my shot. Later we looked down and there was a time lapse going of the empty helicopter pad. But you know, we found a great spot, we got a great shot, and that's all that matters. So this is kind of my process as we did the shoot. I start out with a single key light, and I'm going to use the ambient as the fill light. My exposure is about 1/80th of a second at f11. The key strobe light is very subtle. It's just meant to open up the shadows on his face, kind of clean the light up. I shot a series of these images using this setup. I quickly found that I really need the background a little more out of focus. To accomplish this, I added a 3-stop ND on the camera. You know, on a 24mm lens, you can't drop the background very far out of focus, but it helps to kind of soften it. And I'm going to shoot stuff long and short. As I shoot longer lenses, it's going to make a huge difference. The 135 or 200mm lens is going to fall way out of focus in the background. Here's some of the images that we shot with just that single light setup. You know, I shot high, medium, and low angles. I love to do that. Different perspectives, different images. The whole shot changes when you change perspective. So here's several different angles with different lenses. I added a key light slightly off from camera left to be the main light on their faces. I then added a fill light from the camera right to open up the shadows. The ambient's too far gone and I'm trying to balance it with the sunlight, so I need that fill light now. I now moved the guys to the edge of the building and looked right into the setting sun. You know, I kept that ND on, and here's my ambient exposure. I'm shooting at f5.6 at a 60th of a second, but really the light is dropping now. I moved the guys to the building edge. Kind of this little corner was really cool. This made for a great setup for the end shot. Here's our first shot with just the ambient. Both strobes were repositioned, camera right key, camera left fill, and we started shooting. We're looking right at the sun as it's setting, so the sun's coming in and out of the clouds. It gives us a really great flare. Very fun. Here's some of the final images from our shoot today. I took the opportunity to take some shots at the very end. It was a lot of fun. You know, looking for the right place with the right light at just the right time can make a huge difference. It's really important to not just take whatever you're given, but make sure you find what you want. Look hard, have that camera in hand, search the area, find a place that's going to work for you. Don't give up till you've got what you want, and then go after it as hard as you can. It makes for a great image. Keep those cameras rolling, keep on clicking. Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, we're going to review a new strobe head by PhotoFlex called the Flex Flash. This is a monoblock, which means you have your power and your strobe head all in the same housing. You just plug it in, turn it on, you're ready to go. The ease of these is that they're simple. They're lightweight. They're simple to carry with you. You put them into a case, you take them with you. They have a 200 watt version and a 400 watt version. The 400 watt version is about 5 pounds and change. The 200 watt is about 4 pounds and change. The 400 watt second unit will give you up to 1/800th of a second in flash duration, which means you can freeze action very easily with these, and that makes them extremely valuable. They're one, very consistent. We got the same light out of it each time we used it, and two, it's small enough I put it in the cauldron. It was easy to use in that way. So first off, it's set up on a Bowens mount, which means reflector is going to work with all of the other Bowens mount equipment that I've got from several generations. So softboxes, reflectors, everything goes with a 7-inch reflector for grids. That Bowens mount is really easy to use. Just put it on there and it clicks into place. Let's flip this thing around and take a look at the controls on the back. We've got a button here that turns our modeling light on or off. We've got the ability to turn the sound on and off. We don't want to hear it recycle and that little beep when it comes up to full cycle. We can turn our slave on and off, be able to use the slave eye on the back, or to turn that slave eye off and use it either with a pocket wizard or as a direct connected cable. And then of course we have the ability to ratio our light up or down. It has a test button right here. You'll be able to test the flash when you're using it, and it's pretty much ready to go. There's not a lot that you have to know, which makes this really valuable to me. 2 or 3 of these in a case with an umbrella or a softbox, and you're good to go to do a 3-point light setup. So Flex Flash by PhotoFlex. Take a look and see what you think. Thanks for watching The Slanted Lens. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you follow us. Go to our webpage, The Slanted Lens. Sign up for our newsletter. We've got great information coming about our business coaching class. You're going to want to make sure you know about that. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Like us on all those places. We're on Twitter. We show some great images on Twitter. Instagram. I think I posted 2 images on Instagram in my life. But we're starting. That's 2. 2 more than we had last year or the year before. So check out those places. Like us. Follow us. Love us. The Slanted Lens.